Hi, Guilherme. How are you doing today?
Hello, Nimbe. I'm good. What about you?
Fine, thank you. Uh, I'm going to be your coach for this session.
Mm-hmm.
Do you mind if I take notes?
No, I don't mind.
Okay. And are you agree if this session it's going to take like around 10-15 minutes? Are you
Okay.
okay with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with
Okay. So let me. In which goal do you want to work this week?
it. This week or next for the next week,
Uh-huh.
um, in a professional way or personal way.
Either do you want, or I'm going to change my question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a goal or something that it's bothering you in a professional way, like right now, or do you want to change it to personal?
All right. So professional.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have to deliver a presentation,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and to deliver all the documents that the accounting documents that uh, the audit firms will ask for.
Okay. Do you mind if I take notes during the session?
No, no, please
Okay. So
do that.
let me understand. Your goal for the next week is to have prepared all the documents that that team is asking to you.
Yeah, they
Okay.
will ask for.
They will ask.
Yeah, I know. I know that they will ask for those documents, so I need to be prepared to answer them as quick as I can.
Okay. So right now, do you know the kind of answers, or are you sure about the questions that they are going to ask you to have those answers?
Oh yeah, most of them, yeah,
Okay.
because I will do the same.
Okay.
I
Uh,
will I will ask the same things.
okay. The people it's or this team it's inside your area or it's a different team?
It is a different team, but since I use it to work as a audit uh, external audit accountant
Ah,
people, so that's the thing. I know that they will gonna ask those kind of questions.
okay. And what is bothering you, or why you think that you are not going to have prepared? Because for
No,
what I
I'm preparing
understand,
for that.
okay,
Yeah, I'm preparing for those questions. I'm preparing, trying to get most of the documents that I know that they will ask for.
okay. So it seems like you already live that kind of situation in the past.
Not me, and
Okay.
this side.
Okay. You
I
used to
use
be the
the
external
other side.
consultants.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I used to be the external one, the
Okay.
the person that the boring person, you might say that. The S banana
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
to ask to ask for those documents.
Okay. So what is your main concern then about this?
Because I was hired for this.
Okay. So you are worried that they could be
Yeah, but
hard time or they could give you a hard time.
no, I'm not too worried about this.
Okay.
Well, if this is the question, the delivery for the presentation, I think it is worse for me because you might say the CFO is always changing what he wants to see.
Mhm.
So that's the presentation the presentation that I need to prepare.
Okay. So
Because I think because we need to on this presentation I present besides the budget to actual for all the areas.
mhm.
I have to show them the how the KPIs are going.
So you are more worried about that presentation
Oh yeah,
than the auditing part.
yeah,
Okay,
the
so
other.
for that presentation, how do you, because you already said that the CFO is changing, right?
Uh-huh.
And how are you preparing to deliver on time with the changes required?
Well, I'm getting all the information. Actually, I just got all the information that I need to present,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm rearranging everything to make it good visibly so people see it.
Okay, so just to recap, you already have the information and you have different scenarios because of the CFO changes.
Yeah, he will ask to change something or other.
Okay, and do you have something working on in order to make more productivity productivity your presentation or something like that, that just put some stuff in the document and then in an automatical way goes to the presentation or something like that?
No,
Okay.
actually, like because I input all the data on my spreadsheet, and just have to update all the filters and
Mm-hmm.
the pivot tables and graphics and etc. And with this, I just need to change it to make it a little bit kind of easy to see it,
Uh-huh.
and then I just copy and paste, you might say that, to the
Okay.
PowerPoint.
Okay. So you are not worried about the PowerPoint per se. You are worried about the information that you are
Both,
going to present.
both,
Both.
because because the CFO always I take it takes a lot of time to prepare that, to prepare all the information and
Uh-huh.
to input everything on PowerPoint, and he's always asking to make it different.
Okay. And someone in your team it's helping you with that, or it's you and only you?
No, this is only me.
Okay. So have you ever been in a previous situation that you need to update and at almost at the same time the Excel and the PowerPoint?
Yes.
And how that went? I mean, if you save time doing that, do you think that if you use that previous learnings into this situation, could you save your time and maximize your productivity?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, well, last month it was really like everything happened in the last month. So that's
Okay.
on the presentation from about last month, and they use it to present one information, one kind of information, and then I prepare all the presentation, and then the CFO said, "Oh no, but is not the information that we want to see." And then
Okay.
I had to change everything in the last minute, like, almost in the last minute. So, and then it took a lot of time, so he could like approve the presentation.
Okay. So this time, what are you doing different from that previous experience in order to have enough time for put all the changes that the CFO wants to see it in the last presentation?
Well, I'm using the same presentation that he approved last month as a template, and now I will try to make it faster and send to him like tomorrow, so
Mhm.
he could approve it in, maybe, I think it is 2 weeks before the presentation.
Okay. And are you pretty sure that that last template it's the template? that the CFO wants? Or do you think that it might change his mind in the last minute?
He might change his mind last minute.
And that is going to give you like 2 weeks to change the information.
Yeah, it should be.
Okay, I mean, according to your plan, it should be, or your goal is to have ready that presentation in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The other problem it is one of the big everything I need to compare the budget, what was forecasted with what real actually happened, and make it this presentation so we could present in the meeting with all the managers, like
the top management,
chief, the top management, and so they could see all the information that they want to see. And but the problem is a lot of things changed, and this budget, it is not updated, the budget, because the thing is this budget, it was approved when the plan was to go to the national roll-up. It will be in June, but it changed it to November.
So now you have to compare with 2 different business plans.
No, actually, I need to have this budget updated, and so I can show it. But this budget, it wasn't approved till today, so just need to wait for it.
Okay, so how long?
I don't have the budget.
How long is going to take that? Because probably that could delay your 2 weeks.
Exactly. So the thing is, it was supposed to be done, this presentation, because it was my plan and the controller planned to present this. But the problem is this budget, it wasn't approved by the CEO.
Okay.
Yet.
Okay, so the goal remains in 2 weeks.
And the problem is the only one that can take this budget to be approved by CEO is the CFO.
Okay.
So the one biggest issue is how long he will take to have this budget approved. So I'm doing this presentation with the last budget. So,
but do you have any chance to have the modified budget and like making a comparative between the 2 scenarios, even though the CEO hasn't approved that, just to give the information to the?
No, I'm not allowed to have this budget.
Okay, until the CEO approve it.
Yeah.
Okay, but just to recap, the original goal to having this presentation ready in 2 weeks, ready for CFO's approval, it's in 2 weeks, right? And the actions that you are taking are like preparing in advance all the information and having everything ready, right? And one big issue is you are not allowed to have this new budget because the CEO hasn't approved it, but somehow you need to have the information for the CFO to seek for the CEO's approval. No,
I actually, they have this information. They have the business plan, but it needs to be approved so I could have it. Just wait a second.
Okay.
Wait. Well.
Okay, so it's no way that you could have that new budget until be like authorized for the CEO.
Yeah, I might have it tomorrow. I might have next week. I might have, or I might have it like I might not have it at all.
Okay, but that's a problem because everyone's is like working according that new budget, or no, anyone is taking into consideration.
The departments.
Uh-huh. The departments think that it's the budget that they have.
Yeah, yeah. They think that the budget that the finance team has it is the new one, but we don't have it. So people, the marketing team came to us to talk about the budget and etc. And they started to ask us like, but this is not the budget that the actual budget for this month. So
Mhm.
we say, but this is the one that we have. And they said, no, but it is missing this and this and this. Da, 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 da. We said, okay, but we don't have this budget approved. So how can we work on that? So they said, okay, so we need to wait for this budget to be approved.
Okay, so
But
until
the problem is this is not the top priority to the the company right now, because everything is happening so
at
like
the same time.
the same time. So next week the major client will be on uh, on the company next week. So everything is surrounded about this. Everything it is about this, and then let's see what will happen next week.
Okay, but as I mean, the presentation is not going to change. You need to have it ready, either with the budget that the areas have it, either with the budget that the CFO have it. You
Yeah,
need to have something to present to the CFO,
yeah,
right? I mean, the new budget is out of your hands.
yes.
I
It
mean,
all.
just
Uh-huh.
a way to say it. But you need to be prepared if that budget is approved before the CFO see it.
Mm-hmm.
So are you doing something just in case if you receive this new budget or not?
If I receive this budget, I will have to
To update everything. But it's, I mean, it's going to compromise your due date. I mean, do you think if they change it to you in the last minute, you are going to have
yeah.
enough time?
Well, I hope I can do it on time, but I'm not sure about this.
Okay. Okay. Uh, are you doing, I don't know, some kind of like emergency scenario where you have everything linked, and once that you receive the information, I mean, everything is going to update in an automatic way, and then I don't know, in 10 minutes you have everything?
I should have it,
Okay. I mean,
but I actually I try to make it out the most automatic way.
uh-huh.
But sometimes some kind of information, it is kind of difficult to make that happen. Some kind of things.
It is
So
difficult because it's in a different format, probably.
yeah, it is the way that it is showed. Like I can just copy and paste the way that it is on Excel right now. But if I show this on the PPT, it's gonna be strange. Like, okay, so it feels like it is just copy and paste, and people don't. It doesn't matter if it is like, oh, okay, so nobody will see it, and etc. So it's gonna be showing some kind of lack of professionality.
Okay. So do you think that probably the people who provides you the information and should support your final work could try to work in a different way, like in more how to say it, I mean, like standardize the way of presenting, not the way of working, but the way of presenting things in order to make it easier for everyone? And I mean, and having that information and transform it into something more like executive.
Say again.
I mean, someone gives you the information, right? Or the system. And if the previous step have something more standardized in order to how to present the information, probably for you it's going to be easier to make it in an automatic way and do it or present it, that information, in a more professional way instead of only pivot tables. Because for what I heard that you say, you transform all that information into pivot tables, and then you transform all that in some presentation for top management.
Basically, yeah. I put everything on the spreadsheet, and the spreadsheet starts to when I update it. Not only pivot tables, graphics, basic tools from Excel, it will be updated. But we are working on the system but the thing is, it is not. We're not doing anything. So like we cannot work on the analytical tool that we have. That the company has it, that is Looker, because we don't know how to use it, right? But the thing is, the engineering team that they would help us on that. They are working on to fix bugs and etc. So they make the system goals, the system work it well,
Okay, so it's not going to happen in the next 2 weeks. It's
no.
It's not. I mean, it's not short term. It's like medium, long term.
Yeah, it will take a month.
Okay, and in the meantime, the teams are doing something standard. I mean, in order to standardize and wait for those changes on system.
Yeah.
Okay, and do you think that could help everybody works, or do you feel comfortable in the way that you have been working so far?
You mean, but you change what, like, exactly?
The way, because you say that you cannot use formulas with the information. Sometimes you need to copy and paste and then like update your pivot tables.
Okay, got it.
And what if you have everything standardized and you know that in row 50 you have other income, and then every time that the people provide you with the new scenario, then everything is like in the same way, only the numbers change, and then it's going to make it easier for you that you are the one who is working in the final step for the presentation of that. And then, I mean, all the previous steps are in some order, and then you only update the new scenario and everything pops up as new, and you only spend, I don't know, 5 minutes or 10 minutes, depending on the how much weight the documents.
I understand what you're saying. If there is a way to make when the information is inputted on the system, the one that it is in standardized way, in a standardized way, right? Yeah, actually, this is one of the things that one of the first things that I suggested, and I have been trying to make it happen in the company, in the financial area, in the finance team, with the finance team. It is to make it it's standard, and so we are just implementing the new system that is make it the standard part easy, or easier to make it, because till now we are using 3 different systems. The accounting, the finance, and in Brazil they are using another one. So in the way we are trying to actually, in Brazil they just implement the system that is Oracle, and now we are implementing here. So it's gonna be easier in a certain way to make it happen
in the future.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and it's not something that you can change in the next 2 weeks.
No, next 2 weeks, no.
Okay, but I mean, for what we have been like talking, it seems like you have almost everything figured out. I mean, the thing that concerns you the most is if the CFO change all the scenario in the last minute.
Yeah, that's the worst scenario.
Okay, and I mean, you don't have control on that.
No. Actually, I can mitigate it by sending him by tomorrow, like tomorrow, the presentation, and have his approval beforehand. So that is the thing that I'm trying to make it happen.
Okay, so that's a good thing. I mean, like early next week, you can provide him with your worst scenario. Early next week, you can provide the information, and you could still have time, or your deadline is tomorrow. If not, you don't have any chance for him to approval.
No. I'm putting this deadline for tomorrow.
Okay.
And I think I can do it.
So that sounds like a pretty good action in order that you having your goal like succeed, right? That it's having that presentation with 2 weeks previous to the final review.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else that you want to talk about?
Not for today, because I have to go.
Okay, perfect.
Here is 7:30, but let's talk again next week.
Yes, of course. Perfect.
And I think it is gonna be like, I will be a good client, because let me show you something.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Yes.
Say something.
I see something. Yeah, I see you.
I even have a to-do board.
Oh my gosh, a lot of things.
Yeah, I have even a drawing with me and money.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Right?
Yeah.
Because this makes things
better.
Yeah, much more easier.
Right.
Yeah.
Like even writing that going to gym, for example.
Yeah, your brain knows that you have that next task.
Because you wanted to make a check.
Exactly. Okay, perfect. So we finish this session and let's talk next week.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.